Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Qlip English, your cozy place to talk about real life in simple English.
And I'm Michael. Hi, Olivia. Today's topic feels a little more personal, right?
It does. Today we're talking about feelings, how to express them simply and naturally in English, at an A2 to B1 level.
A lot of learners know the grammar, but freeze when they actually need to say how they feel, especially about something real.
Exactly. So today it's simple vocabulary, real expressions, and natural conversation. Nothing complicated. We have a lot to cover, so let's take our time with it.
Let's start easy. Olivia, how are you feeling today? Honestly.
Honestly, I'm feeling really good today. Calm and a little excited about this episode.
That's nice to hear. I'm feeling a bit tired, actually, but happy to be here talking with you.
That's completely normal, feeling two things at once, like tired but happy.
Right. In English, we can say, I'm tired, but I'm happy. Very simple sentence structure.
Let's practice some basic feeling words first. Happy, sad, tired, excited, nervous, calm, angry, worried.
Can you give a simple sentence example for nervous, Olivia?
Sure. I feel nervous before a big meeting. Very natural, very simple.
What about worried? Give us an example.
I'm worried about my exam tomorrow. Again, subject, feeling word, reason.
That structure is honestly the secret. Subject plus feeling plus reason. And you already sound natural.
Let's move to a slightly deeper level now, describing why you feel a certain way.
Olivia, why do you feel excited about today's episode?
I feel excited because I think this topic will really help our viewers speak more naturally.
That's a great reason. I feel a little nervous because I want to explain everything clearly today.
See, that's a completely natural conversation, just using because after the feeling.
I feel happy because, I feel sad because, I feel proud because. Simple, but powerful.
Now let's talk about feelings connected to daily situations, something A2 to B1 learners deal with constantly. What do you feel when you wake up early on a weekend, Olivia?
Honestly, a little annoyed, but also glad I have more time in the day.
I feel relaxed on weekends, especially when I don't have any plans at all.
What about when plans suddenly change, Michael? How does that make you feel?
A bit frustrated, if I'm being honest, especially if I was looking forward to it.
That's such a real, common feeling, and such a useful sentence. I feel frustrated when plans change.
Let's talk about feelings around people now, since that's often the hardest part.
How do you feel when a friend cancels plans last minute?
Honestly, a little disappointed, but I try to understand that things happen.
That's a lovely, mature way to express it. I feel disappointed, but I understand.
What about you? How do you feel when someone truly listens to you?
I feel appreciated, and honestly, really comfortable opening up more.
That's beautiful and such an important feeling word for real relationships. Appreciated.
Now let's practice feelings about achievements and effort, something everyone experiences.
How did you feel after finishing your first English podcast episode ever, Olivia?
Incredibly proud, honestly, and a little surprised at how far we'd come.
I felt exactly the same. Proud, but also motivated to keep improving.
I feel proud of myself is such a powerful sentence and so simple to say.
It really is. Let's also talk about feeling stuck, something a lot of English learners feel too.
How do you feel when you don't understand something the first time?
A little confused, sometimes frustrated, but I remind myself that's part of learning.
That's exactly the mindset we want you to have. I feel confused, but that's okay.
Now let's talk about feelings related to stress and pressure, something almost everyone deals with.
How do you feel right before a deadline, Michael?
Honestly, a bit overwhelmed, especially if I haven't planned my time well. I feel stressed in those moments too, but I try to take one small step at a time. I feel overwhelmed, but I'm managing it. That's such a healthy way to express that feeling. What about the moment right after finishing something stressful? How do you feel then? Relieved, honestly, and usually pretty exhausted at the same time. I feel relieved but exhausted, another great example of mixed feelings. Now, let's talk about feelings connected to change, since change affects everyone differently. How do you feel when something in your daily routine suddenly changes? A little uncomfortable at first, honestly, even if the change is a good one. I feel a mix of nervous and curious, especially with bigger changes. I feel nervous but curious. That combination happens more often than people realize. What about small changes, like trying a new place to eat? Just a little uncertain, but usually excited to try something different. Let's move to feelings about comparing yourself to others, something learners feel constantly. Do you ever feel discouraged when you see someone else speaking English better than you? Sometimes, honestly, especially in the beginning, but I try to remind myself progress takes time. I feel motivated instead, most of the time, using it as encouragement rather than comparison. Both reactions are completely valid. I feel discouraged, but I remind myself progress takes time. That's such an important sentence for language learners specifically. Now, let's talk about feelings connected to small wins, the little moments that actually matter most. How do you feel when you finally understand something that used to confuse you? Genuinely joyful, honestly. It's one of my favorite feelings in learning anything new. I feel accomplished, even if it's something small, like understanding a tricky sentence. I feel accomplished is such a great phrase, and it applies to progress at any size. Now, let's finish with feelings about hope and the future, a lovely way to end today's conversation. How do you feel about your English improving over time, Michael? Honestly, hopeful, and pretty confident it will keep getting better with practice. I feel exactly the same, hopeful and proud of everyone practicing with us today. That's a perfect note to end on, honestly. So today, we didn't just learn vocabulary, we practiced real feelings in real situations across many parts of daily life. Remember the simple structure: feeling word plus because plus your real reason. That's it. That's the whole secret. Comment below and tell us how are you feeling right now in English using today's structure. If this helped you, please like this video, subscribe to Qlip English, and join us for more real daily conversations. Speaking of what's next, in our next episode, we're doing daily English conversation, talking about your day, A2 to B1, using the same natural conversation style. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us today. See you next time. Bye.